What's up, everybody? XFL Jim here, Chef Jim here. But tonight, I am mixologist Jim here to be mixing all of your and my favorite cocktails this evening. Join me, will you, in the bar of our dreams? I have a little list right here of the cocktails I'm going to be making. Some of them, at least. We're going to kind of go one by one. You kind of know the vibe of the show as of now. I try and cook normally. I am in the kitchen. I try and cook just any meal that week and I have an hour to cook it. Today, I'm trying something a little different. As you can see, I'm in the bar. I am going to try and make and drink as many different cocktails as I can tonight using what I have right here. You don't know what I have right here. In fact, I might just show you what I have right here. Let me show you real quick what I have right here. Never mind. You'll just have to guess. You'll have to guess what I have. It's a lot of stuff right now. But anyway, starting off the list, I have a nice gin and tonic. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how to make a lot of cocktails. I'm going to be reusing some of these glasses. So gin and tonic. Let me get the timer ready to go. That's gross. Let's get the timer. And 1 hour. Ready? Here we go. The hour has begun. We're starting off with the gin and tonic. Obviously, gin and tonic is a nice, easy start. We're just going to need your glass, some ice. That one's gone. Some gin. That's a good amount of gin. And some tonic water. Boom. Easy start. Look at that. At the fancy places, they go as high as way above their head. Oh. We're good. We're fine. Okay. Got the tonic in there, and then, of course, stir it up. That was tonic water. Yeah, that's tonic water. Get those aromatics going in there. Cheers to you. That's pretty good. Takes me to a nice, cool summer's day. What's a little gin and tonic, though, without a little lime? And since I didn't have any real fruit, I got this pack of hard seltzer soda. I'm going to use the lime bubbly soda as a replacement for actual lime. So we're going to grab that, get that in there, and just add a little bit of lime juice into my gin and tonic to supplement the lime. I think that's a good way to do it. Ooh, and that adds a lot of nice extra flavor to this. If I'm being honest, it adds some really good flavor. It's a good, strong profile, and I am excited to see. I'm just going to show you guys real quick what I'm working with here while I drink this gin and tonic. I'm going to have to go kind of fast just because you know how it is. So here we go. Bam. Let's see. Boom. That's what I'm working with right here. It's some good stuff. I like what I'm working with. It's a fun time. And, you know, it's pretty chill. So what is if there's anyone in the comments, if there's anybody watching, I'd like to know some of your favorite drinks. Oh, God. My stomach's already not feeling great. Oop, that's not one. That's what I wanted to do. Bam, send that link out. A nice G&T. It was a little too cool for that, but it's windy, and I'm trying to make it seem like summertime, so I'm trying to embrace that feeling of summer, you know? It's just a great time. Loving life. And what else do I want to do? Over under on how many drinks we think I get through tonight. Because the sky's the limit. Sky is the fucking limit. Oh, God. If anyone wants to hop in, feel free as well. The stream is for everybody. I got just chilling here at the bar, making drinks. The first one always kind of hits you the hardest. This gin and tonic, pretty good. I probably should have gotten a better gin. It's a Barton's gin, so you know what you get when it comes to that. We're on our way through. Oh, God. Just living it up. Man, there's something about having like an actual cocktail set that just really makes me feel nice. It makes me feel happy and warm. I feel fancy just because of it. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Seriously, guys, if anyone's out there, let me know what you guys want me to make. I will make any comments, any drinks that come up in the comments, those get priority. I also, by the time this is over, I might blast past an hour because if I'm drunk enough, who knows what can happen? Who honestly knows? Anything can happen when it's something like this. Oh, God. And, oh, boop, boop. Just sending shit out to people, left and right, drinking it up. Anybody has anything they want to talk about? Obviously, XFL is kind of a big deal going on right now. Rebrand is very interesting. I kind of dig it in some respects, and in other respects, I really liked the 2020 model. I liked the color. Maybe that's what it's missing. Maybe that's what the rebrand is missing at the moment. It doesn't have color. And I feel like that's too often the case with a lot of modern designs of things. They just don't pop out to me. They don't have the color that I'm looking for. And I don't. It's just not doing it for me. It does it for me in a respect that it looks sleek. It looks cool. But I really like 2020, man. I liked it a lot, okay? And when things change, it takes me a while to get used to them. It just takes me a minute, okay? I will eventually come around, just like I'm going to come around to this gin and tonic. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some getting used to. And I'm just not there yet. I will be there eventually. But as of now, it's just going to take me a little bit more time. I can go all night, guys. I can be here all night just fucking chilling. I got plenty of booze here, as you saw earlier. Oh, God. Oh, looks like we have our first guest here. Boom. Add into the stream.
What's up, XFL Jim?
What is up, my man? How are we doing?
Just chilling in the HQ, doing some editing.
I like it. For those who don't know, this is Patriot Sports Radio. I was just on their podcast like almost a week ago, or was that earlier this week? It was like a week ago. It was last Saturday.
Yeah, it was last Saturday.
Shout out
Great
your shit
episode.
before we just shoot it.
Yeah, you can find us over at Patriots Pod. You can find me at PSR Producer. You can find my lovely degenerate host at American Degenerate over on Twitter. Those are our socials.
It's good stuff. I'm just here at the bar just making cocktails. You have any suggestions for me?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Perfect.
So I commented on a video a while back. I don't know if it made it. I might have cussed in it. YouTube might not like that. Maybe took it off. But about Debbie from West Dallas. Had watched your video when we had talked to, well, I was telling her about you, and she watched your video, and he's never made a goddamn old fashioned, and tell him it's got to be muddled, not stirred.
Okay, let's make us an old fashioned then.
I know right now she is sitting on her out in her Four Seasons room for sure, pounding lung donuts.
So I got some Evan Williams bourbon. Eyeballing that. I got some bitters here. Get that going. I like a little sugar in my old fashioned. What about you?
Absolutely not.
I do a little bit of simple syrup.
Little bitters.
I got the bitters right here. I put that in there. And then I feel a little blasphemous. I don't have an orange peel. So I'm going to use this hard seltzer orange soda.
Nice.
So I'm going to muddle that up together using my bottle opener. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, does it good?
It's got a good odor to it. I forgot I'm not really the biggest fan of Evan Williams.
Oh, that is an old school drink. That is a
So
dirt road drink.
I'm going to put some more orange soda seltzer in that. Let that go down easy.
Needs a little more sunshine, does it?
Oh, God, yes. Okay, not too bad.
Okay, all right. She was just a little strong at first, eh? A little stout.
Yeah, well, just hit me harder than I expected. This is drink number 2, so I'm still kind of fresh in it. So we're doing all right. We'll make it through. But that was good.
That one gave me a little shoulder jiggle when you took that shot. And
yeah, it's something. It's definitely something. So are we excited? I know I'm excited. Are you guys excited for the next week in sports? Because we got the Masters going right now. We got USFL starting next week. I think the Kentucky Derby's coming up too, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. We're fucking excited. Excited. So Thursday after work, I think bags are packed. We're on a jet plane down to Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, you guys are getting to go?
Well, we're going. Fuck yeah. I'm not missing. It only happens once. The inaugural season for the USFL happens one time.
I know. I'm pissed I couldn't get off work.
Or twice. Second time. But it probably doesn't happen again in my lifetime.
I'm going to try and at least make it down for one game, or I'm going to try and make it to Canton for the championship game.
Jim, either one that you go to, we will be at. So you decide, we'll be there.
I'll keep everyone updated what my plans are.
We made this whole trip happen. Degenerate came over to the studio and was like, XFL's Jim's going opening weekend. And I'm like, then we're going opening weekend.
I was trying, but I couldn't get the days off from work. I tried to spin it and make it happen, but I just couldn't afford it.
Jim, are you down in your basement right now?
I am.
That's awesome. Me too.
I'm just living. This is a pretty sick basement. This isn't even the garage. This is just a basement. The garage has its own setup too.
How long have you been balling like this?
You mean living at my parents' home?
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
20 plus years now.
That's awesome.
It's pretty nice. Although the area over there has changed since I first lived here. My brother's been here and he changed it up a bit.
I'm with you. Are you a Huskers fan?
Fuck yeah, I am.
So let's go back to Barry Switzer and work forward. What the fuck happened to your program?
You mean after like Tom Osborne?
Yeah, after Barry Switzer and OU just dominated them.
Well, yeah, and then the 80s and 90s happened.
Yep. Yeah. Fucking John Blake, that motherfucker. No, but really, what's going on? And say that again.
One of the guys I work with is a huge OU fan, so I've heard all the shit talk already.
I'm a huge Oklahoma State fan. I can't really brag with them. It sucks. It doesn't sound good coming out of your mouth. And Barry Switzer, Thurman Thomas. We had, that one backfield that I could always go back to. But when I say OU, it holds more clout. And I'm from Oklahoma, and I feel like I can still get away with that here and there. Especially,
I mean, yeah, probably. Brand. You could probably like sneak those by a lot of people.
But in Bedlam, it's all Oklahoma State. So what's going on with Nebraska? Are they back on the up? Did leaving the Big 12 was that? How do you feel about it?
Well, since leaving the Big 12, we've played, I think, in one Big 10 championship game and got our asses handed to us. It's not been great, but it's also, I don't feel like staying in the Big 12, it would have been great either. I think the issue has been coaches.
Yeah. Yeah. You like Frost?
I do and I don't.
Okay.
Like, I liked him coming in, and then obviously, like, his offense or whatever he was doing at UCF was super fun to watch. And absolutely. For some reason, it just hasn't translated, and he seems to be, like, kind of a stubborn guy. And at this point, I'm kind of, like, over it.
So are you saying the talent might be better in the Big Ten than what he saw in UCF?
True, but he should also be getting better talent at Nebraska than what he got.
100%. 100%.
So I don't understand like why it's like, I don't know, like he hasn't changed anything. And then there's like some real boneheaded clock management decisions. But then there's stuff like we're Nebraska to me is the kings of off-season hype. Every school, their peak for every school is like middle of the summer after the spring game where they can beat anybody. But Nebraska takes it to a whole nother level. And I just don't like the offseason hype just builds to unreasonable levels every year.
Right.
And I'll say
just
going into 2021, after the 2020 season when we did really bad, I was like, you know what? I'd be super happy with 6 wins if we can make it there. And then by the time like you actually look at the schedule and you're just like, oh, you know what? We could get 9 wins. And I'm doing it again this year. I can already see it happening. I looked at the schedule. It's easier than last year. And I'm just like, you know what? 10 wins is not off the table. And that's just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yes.
And I'm ready to get hurt again.
You know, with college, as long as you have a pro team that's pretty good, you can die on the sword with your college team. It's easier than the pro team, I think.
Yeah, but my pro team or my NFL team is the Miami Dolphins.
So what happened to you as a child? Like
Madden. Oh, we got a Madden. Chat. We got right there. 1323 Gamer TV. What we drinking? I just finished my own version of an old fashioned. I'm moving on to my 3rd drink in an hour. Let's get the shaker cup going. What can I use? What can I make in the shaker cup? Maybe we could do a margarita.
Nice.
Let's do a little bit of a margarita. Let's do that. So we got this. Got my shaker cup. My tequila. Do I have tequila? I thought I had tequila. I don't have tequila. I have rum. I'll use rum. Rum. Again, I'm using the lime seltzer for that.
I like it. Only 3 drinks in an hour? What are you, a Mormon?
Well, no, so far.
Mormon?
It's only been like 10 minutes.
What kind of setup are you using there, Jim, for a microphone?
I have what the hell are you called?
That's it. Oh, the new Shure. Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, like S7 or something like that. It works pretty good.
Yeah, heck yeah, it does.
No, I'm going hard. I've only got 3 drinks so far. We're getting into it. If you have a suggestion, lay it on me. Ah, damn it! In my eye.
Shit. Hey,
That's where the issue of using the seltzer comes in. It's fizzy, so it pops.
oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, that'll do. That's fine. And there's the margarita. It actually kind of looks like a margarita. Let me
It
get this up.
does. That very surprisingly does. Wow. It really does look like a margarita.
I think it's
Amazing.
because the seltzer is actually green, so it colors it.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like a margarita. It tastes like rum and then the Cointreau.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know what happened to me to be a Husker and Miami fan. I just love living in the past, I think.
Yeah.
We got a question. Which NFL team is going to improve the most? Who? From last season, which NFL team is going to improve the most? Huh. I might be a homer and say the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins should.
I was just going to say that's a good one.
Maybe I could see the Texans being sneaky better.
Do you see with the Browns? No, is Deshaun going to play or not play?
Oh, he's playing. He's going to play. If anything, like at most, I bet he sits out like 2 or 3 games.
Okay, so they're better, right?
You got to think the Browns without like an injured Baker with a Deshaun, yeah, they got to be better.
I mean, those are 2 monsters in the backfield.
The Browns will be better. I think the Dolphins will be really improved.
Find a way to get better.
Could the Bears be improved at all? I think they're still tanking. I think like not this year, but the year after, maybe the Bears.
Yep. Improve like we're gonna see a new, like it's gonna shake up the top, because I think Dan Campbell might get a little bit better in Detroit.
Yeah,
I really like Dan Campbell. I like him as a man, as a football coach.
I think Detroit could shake up the division. They have one of my I've been high on Amon-Ra St. Brown since he got drafted, like since his USC days.
Right. I'm not saying they're gonna go be world beaters, but I think they're gonna improve. For sure.
Could, I think at their highest, they could be like a fringe playoff team at like the peak.
I think Denver got a lot better.
I think Denver did get a lot better. The Raiders, obviously, but the Raiders were already a playoff team.
It depends on when the contract they signed with Devontae, when he's committed to get his first felony. If in that contract they're going to let a wide receiver go all year without the felony, yes, but we'll see.
They might bump the felony to a different receiver. They might let a rookie do it.
That would be nice, because then you got the Carr Adams magic. Let's relive our dorm days. You know,
I like
that's
the move.
fun.
Yeah, Raiders are a good pick.
That's just hard out there. It's hard to play out. The West is really tough.
Trying to think.
I
mean, like the Patriots will be pretty good. I can't like the NFC South is a mess.
If Dallas can play Pollard a little more, they'll be better.
I think the Eagles might be better too.
Damn it, fucking Eagles! You know, I want to like the Eagles, but if you're not from Philly and the Eagles fan, the Eagles. They're hard. Eagles fans are hard to hang out with.
They're brutal. God,
especially in Philadelphia if you go to a game.
Damn it, I respect it though.
Yeah. That's brotherly love.
Oh my God.
And the only people that really knows what brotherly love means you have to have a brother or 2. I have
It's true.
3.
Boom.
Fuck the Eagles. 123 Gamer TV says fuck the
Yep.
Eagles. Which team will eat
He's a
shit the
Commander
most?
fan. He's a Washington team. What team will eat shit the most? That is a good question. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Packers.
I was gonna say if Degen was here, which he's not because he works at 3:30 on Saturday morning, so he's in bed.
That's brutal. That's
But
absolutely
if
brutal.
Degen was here, he would say the Packers. I promise you.
I'd say the Packers. I wouldn't say the Rams. I think the Rams are still in a good spot.
I'm gonna say Seattle is gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, but Seattle, like, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Compared to last year. Okay. Yep. No, I'm with you.
Who else? Well, the Steelers were pretty decent last year. I still think they'll be good.
I'm not real. I want to Kansas City. I'm in this Kansas City. Prove it to me for some reason.
I think, I'd like to see their other receivers.
Yeah. I just think that.
Whoa, that's a hot take. Honestly, I think the Bills might miss the playoffs.
Okay.
I think the Bills are probably the number 1 team in the NFL.
I believe that if you were to go on Vegas right now and bet a future, you're not going to get the best odds with the Bills.
I think the Bills are like my number 1 team right now.
Yeah. Jared's going to get it done. No more Tyreek Hill. He was a game breaker. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Patty Mahomes is we'll see. There was times last year they got it done. I mean, they made the playoffs last year and they pulled some shit out of their ass. I just don't know if they're going to do that every year. I don't know.
I've seen Pat Mahomes since his time in college, and I've been a believer the entire time.
Did you like him at Tech?
I loved him at Texas Tech. We got another guy in the chat real quick. Boom. Bozo coming in hot.
Playoffs last year. They pulled some shit out of their ass. I just don't know if they're going to do that every year. I don't know.
Let me get him out of here real quick. We're getting a little feedback. We'll bring him back in a second, but we're getting feedback right now. I've loved Mahomes. Yeah, I loved him at Tech. I loved him at Texas Tech.
So I'm a Big 12 guy. I watch I watch Pat Mahomes every week. I went and watched him 7 o'clock in Lubbock. 7 p.m. games in Lubbock with tortillas is nothing to be trifled with. But yeah, he was at Texas Tech.
Yeah, dude, the man, there's something, even with how bad his footwork was in college, his fundamentals, there's something magical about him. And there always
I'll tell you what's the real thing that was magical about him is Cliff Kingsbury hired in Arizona.
Yeah, the fact that he got Cliff Kingsbury a job in the
fucking job. Yeah, that's insane.
Which years after the fact, Kingsbury didn't get the job until Mahomes had already won a Super Bowl when Cliff Kingsbury got hired.
Yeah, and Baker went through there, I believe, and was a walk-on and then left. How do you have Baker? How do you have Baker and Mahomes? I think it was almost back-to-back, and not even
Baker and Mahomes
20.
Played each other. So he had not only
Baker,
did that, but he also had Johnny Football.
No, that was A&M.
I know, but he was the offensive coordinator at A&M.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So he was OC at A&M. He's just been like a QB whisperer his entire life.
Yeah.
How we doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, Jim. How about you?
I'm doing great. What helmet is that you got on?
This is a Bucs helmet.
Are you a Tom Brady guy?
Yeah. I mean, don't kick me off. I know you're not the biggest Brady fan, but I am. And I was hearing some of the conversation before I came on about most improved team or team that I think is going to do well. I think Denver reminds me a lot of Tampa before Brady had came in. I feel like Denver has a lot of the pieces set in place. I was really happy they went and acquired a veteran because I think they're ready to win now. I feel like we haven't seen the best of Jerry Jeudy. I've been waiting for him to be unlocked. But yeah, just sitting there with a head cold, having some bubbly. Figured I'd jump on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Javonte
good to have
Williams
you.
is going to be good. Javonte Williams is going to be good. I believe
And
that.
I was reading reports about, and I'm a Badgers fan, about Melvin Gordon possibly signing with Baltimore. And I mean, if Gordon isn't going to be in Denver, assuming they don't draft a high capital draft pick on a running back, I mean, Williams, the ceiling is so high.
The fantasy ceiling is insane.
So, yeah. I went all in on my dynasty team this year and traded and gave Degen Javonte, which was a mistake because I got beat in the championship.
Damn.
But on another note, so do you live in Wisconsin, Chris?
I do not. I'm actually from Western PA. I'm currently based out of Latrobe, home of Arnold Palmer and Fred Rogers.
Oh, nice. And I'm about 45 minutes from Camp Randall.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yep.
Wait,
When you said Badgers
Chris,
fan, I was like, oh.
With you jumping on, do you have any cocktail suggestions, by the way? I'm on number 4 now.
Jeez. Can you make a 7 and 7 there?
I don't even know what that is.
Truthfully, I don't even know what that
That's
is.
a Wisconsin drink.
you would
7
know.
Up and 7 in Seagram's. No. What whiskey is that? 7 and
Seagram's.
7's a whiskey.
Seagram's.
Yeah, Seagram's. Yeah.
Do something fruity. Do something that like a busty woman would want at like a New York
something
Litzy
fruity.
party.
I can do. Okay, let me get this glass. Let me get some ice, and then I'll work this out while you guys talk.
How about a clear liqueur? Like a mature white
nice
woman
little
with
Tito's.
pearls type.
A nice little
liqueur.
Tito's right here. I'm gonna make something a little fruity. Tito's, and I'm gonna do a little bit of lime seltzer, some Everclear. Woo! That just smells like rubbing alcohol. And then I'm gonna pull out the black cherry seltzer.
All right, Chris. Let's tiptoe through some tulips here, if you don't mind. So
Perfect.
Tom Brady comes back. He retires, and he comes back. What about 6 weeks? There was a 6-week gap, Jim, between
40
I'm
days.
retired.
It was 40 days.
40 days. That man lasted 40 days as a father. Talk about feeling like a hero. I've gone like 23 years. You couldn't go 40 days. And that dude's got nannies, I bet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think Giselle kicked him out? Or was this a contract deal? Do you think this was a Jim, did you do a little deal about that?
I bet she kicked him out.
Giselle probably had some qualms about Antonio Brown sleeping at the foot of their bed at one point. Cheers.
Look at that. That looks really good. Wow.
This is Everclear, vodka, orange lime seltzer, black cherry soda seltzer, and then some simple syrup.
Do you have some charcoal to
That's
pump your
wonderful.
stomach in a little bit? Or
Do I have some what?
jeez, some charcoal so we can pump your stomach in a little bit?
We'll see how this goes.
Jeez, that's a big glass of alcohol right there.
I mean, yeah, this is number 4.
I think though, in regards to Brady, like it's such an odd situation, like hearing the Bruce Arians fall out, because like I think Arians is like a class act, and him sort of saying like rather than hand the team off to Todd Bowles, like once Brady leaves, like I'd rather leave him with a good team. But then like that seemed contrarian to the reports that like Brady knew that Arians was going to step down like the day or the day after he decided he was coming back. So like I go back and forth between their relationship and if there was any bad blood there. I'd like to think there wasn't, but yeah, the whole retirement thing did seem odd. Me and my buddies like to go back and forth on retirement tours. And can you do a retirement tour and not be an egomaniac?
Right.
No. I think we saw that pretty evidently with Coach K this last year.
But like,
Wow.
what about someone like Mariano Rivera?
Oh.
Okay.
Like Jeter, yeah, Jeets, I could understand that, but like it's like
I think it does depend on how big of a deal the person kind of makes it going into the season.
because then you
Or
have
like
fair.
you could always have it. You could always have it where it's just an implied retirement tour where everyone kind of just knows they're going to retire at the end of the year, but like they didn't explicitly mention it. But if they explicitly mention it, then that's all anyone's ever going to talk about, and they kind of know that.
that was similar to what happened with Big Ben, and then that
Exactly,
information
yeah.
that information got leaked there at the end. So he had like a 4 to 5 week retirement tour. But it's like I think that information is probably leaked from the front office, or I don't know, people that think they need their flowers. But I'm with you, Jim.
And I still think Big Ben could come back. That would be hilarious if you just see Big Ben in like a full body cast trying to come back and just be like, yeah, I can play.
Yeah, I
Do
can
we-
play.
I was going to say, do we think Mitch Trubisky is the bridge quarterback? Do we think they make a play at Malik Willis, or if you were the Steelers, do you think you roll out Trubisky and then Rudolph? And
I think Mitch Trubisky is a good quarterback. I think he was brought down by two factors: one, having Matt Nagy as a coach, and two, being like as highly picked as he was in the draft. You had those kind of expectations, and the fact that he was picked like before Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes, he's always going to be compared to those guys. I think Trubisky can be like a good quarterback, and I think the Steelers just need a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree,
think
and that's
he
what
did
I
that.
told people. I mean, Big Ben's average depth per target last year was like 6.8 or something awful. And it's like if you can just retain 85% of the starters and replace Big Ben, I don't see why you don't make it to the playoffs. And I think this is a year. I mean, look at what the Bengals did last year. I think parity is probably at an all-time high in the NFL. So long as
Especially
you
in that division.
Yeah, so long as you can get to the dance, like I'd make a play. There's so many Steelers fans, and being in Western PA surrounded by Steelers fans that are like all for tanking or like all for not trying to win. It's like, I don't know, dude. I say go for it. I say they're a
You have-
playoff team.
They
have
were a playoff
Najee.
team with Big Ben as he was, and then like you see him just add Mitch Trubisky. I think, of course, they're a playoff team.
Big Ben, that was difficult to watch. That was really at the end there. That was hard. It was being a fan of Big Ben for a long time. I was just like, God bless, man. Just go over the sideline. I can't watch this anymore. But the Mapletron or what are they? Claypool. I mean, there's some serious receivers there, and a great running back. Absolutely, Mitch is going to be fine. They're a playoff team. Who they got to contend with? The Browns.
The Bengals.
Yeah, and they got tape on him now.
True,
I
but
think
man,
Burrow
there's
just
some,
keeps winning.
Joey B is like the it factor.
He does. He has that it factor, doesn't he?
Renegade Jim cannot stand Joe Burrow. It's a shame. He's like one of the most likable guys in sports.
I know.
But being a Clemson fan and just not liking LSU, it's just I feel bad for the guy. But yeah, Burrow is quite the likable guy.
There's a definitive factor in Joe Burrow's career where he went from like just kind of a fun quarterback to root for to like the GOAT, and that was in that UCF bowl game.
Oh,
When he got absolutely railed in that bowl game in 2018, and then went on to have just a monster 2019 season.
Absolutely. Yep. No, you're right.
Do we know who laid that hit? Do they have the first and last name of that guy?
I would need to look it up, but obviously they have it because it's that so whoever UCF player was playing that year. Coached by fat, like my fat college coach, Josh Heupel. I just want him to get fatter.
Josh Heupel. National championship, Josh Heupel.
Do you guys see some leaks for the XFL potential coaches?
I just what you put out. Have you put anything out?
Potential. Someone was writing an article. It looks like Bob Stoops might actually be back.
The air.
Yeah, they talked about that on the morning. So I listened to the Oklahoma City radio, and they still, Stoops is still a big deal down there, and they talked a little bit about that, but it was speculation.
Yo, if Bob
it was on
Stoops
Sooner
is back
Scoop.
with Renegades though.
Yeah, that's good. That he can coach, that's for sure.
God, he's not Pep Hamilton. I thought Pep Hamilton was one of the better coaches.
Oh, absolutely. I have nothing but
But
good
I
things
think
to
he's
say
I
about
think he's
Pat.
got a lucrative job as like an OC in the NFL from here on out.
But isn't it just get so watered down if you got them spread between the USFL and the XFL
You talking about coaches or players?
players?
No, I think there's plenty of players to go around.
Yeah.
I think you'll see there's plenty of good college players that will also be in the XFL and the
Yeah.
USFL. It also depends on what the payment opportunity is for both leagues.
They're gonna have to. Are they gonna compete, or are they gonna try to run like you were talking about, seasons like staggered?
Well, the seasons are going to be staggered, I can only assume. I would assume off the top of my head that the XFL would try and do what they did in 2020 and go right after the NFL. And then you're not directly competing with another league. You have your league and then this other league. I think it's dumb that fan controlled football is starting the same day as the USFL.
Yeah, that's horrible. Horrible marketing decision.
Did you guys see that TO just got announced? He's in fan controlled football.
No, is that real?
Yeah.
What are they paying that guy? Do you know?
Oh, I don't like. Probably they're paying him in like NFTs or something. So the only two names they've announced, like they have full rosters. Apparently, I've been talking with some players, but the only two names they've announced are Johnny Manziel and Terrell Owens.
I mean, there you go.
It's a 7-on-7 league, but
oh, is it inside?
Yeah, it's an arena 7-on-7
Okay.
league where the fans get to pick all the plays.
Where are the teams at?
It's a hub. It's all in Atlanta.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And there's one coach for like the whole thing. It's pretty nuts. Speaking of 7-on-7, I don't know if you guys knew about this league before, but I just discovered it this year. American Sevens Football League, which is a 7-on-7, no pads, no helmet, full contact league.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Is it streamed or
Yes,
can we catch it?
It's on Stadium.
Okay.
They're in week 3 right now. I think they're going to play some games tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. But oh my God, I watched like the highlight reel of the biggest hits. No pad. I want to join this league for like a season or a week. I want to do it.
Yeah.
Just see if you still got it.
No pads, no helmet, full contact is bananas to me. Oh my God. So, who are your guys' USFL teams coming up? Since that's starting in about a week.
Bandits.
That makes sense. You're hopping on with Jim there.
Yeah, I mean, when they announced Todd Haley, just because he's a nudist and like gets into fights with people at Tequila Cowboy, I'm like, I need to rock with this team. A lot of people decided after the draft to pick their team. I felt like it was important to pick prior, but them being the odds-on favorite, I feel like I'm in good hands.
I respect you picking it prior because I did as well, and I've always been my favorite USFL team from the '80s isn't in it because I was a big Memphis Showboats guy.
Oh, okay.
And so I rolled with the Michigan Panthers, the original Panthers.
I respect that.
I also feel like you guys, as a Bandits fan, you maybe got the best quarterback.
I think so. I wasn't super high on Michigan's quarterback choice, but I like Paxton Lynch a lot. I'd really like to see him play. I'm of the belief I think he can play just as well as the starter, but yeah, I'm excited about Tamu. I feel like it's a thing where like any XFL player, prominent XFL player that has a spot in the USFL, like even if you absolutely hated Tamu in the XFL, like you have to support. So I'm happy to shift my allegiance.
Speaking of which, it sucks that Ben Holmes got injured on the Generals because I like Ben Holmes. He was a great guy. But getting to see Luis Perez again, XFL legend, as a quarterback, I feel like he'll get the starting spot. I like it for the Generals. I think that's a good move on their part.
I agree.
I'm going Michigan Panthers this year. That's the team that I have adopted. Maybe it was because it was the first guy that came on our show, but It's the closest to me.
I think the Michigan Panthers. I mean, it makes
I
sense.
think they
for a
win it
Jeff
this
Fisher
year, though.
team,
Now that
but when I
pretty good.
analyze their defense is going to be strong.
Yeah. Justin Hughes is going to he's a great linebacker, I think. And Chase Demore, stud off the edge.
Exactly.
They have Warren Sabat back there. Safety, he is a game wrecker. I mean, he really is. That's no bullshit.
I think the Breakers have an underrated quarterback, though. I think the New Orleans Breakers, that quarterback they have is a sneaky, really good athlete.
Yeah. Jim, I haven't dived into all the teams like I should.
It's coming up.
Looks like
we're a week away.
Birmingham's going to have a pretty good defense. I feel like Holt's kid is down there coaching. I mean, they're going to be good. Jeff Fisher obviously is going to have the Panthers squared away. Well, they get 2 weeks with the playbook, though, Jim. I mean, how good can you be?
Well, so that's my thinking. Is like I'm all kind of judging this based on coaches, and I think like Kevin Sumlin and Skip Holtz might be the two weakest coaches.
Yeah, they got some good coaches in this league and
Because,
good coordinators.
I like Jeff Fisher a lot. I love Mike Riley. I absolutely love Philadelphia Stars head coach Bart Andrews. I love him.
Oh yeah, stud. Yep.
And then like Todd Haley, I'm cool with Haley.
Yeah, I'm a big Fisher fan.
Fisher's always been excellent. I mean, he's great to root for. Anything besides the Breakers, I think the Breakers are officially my team to root against at all costs.
Do you not like Larry Fedora?
No, I think he's a fraud. I'm out. I know.
I'm out. He said I'm out.
You and Wolf of Oakland, I know, were really hyped about that signing initially, and I guess it's good. I just, as a Tampa fan in general, maybe I'm just born to hate New Orleans, but I can't get behind the Fakers. I can't get behind the Breakers.
I think that is
the
maybe
Faker. He's already.
That's probably Chase's fandom rubbing off on me because he's been a Saints fan for life, so he loved New Orleans. And I was kind of on board with Larry Fedora at UNC, but like I don't know, I like their quarterback, and then I like a couple moves they've made, but maybe that's just recency bias because I just previewed them most recently, so I'm kind of like fresh on them. Right there in the comments, right there, 123 gamer. Todd Haley can get it. Fuck yeah, he can.
The Fakers have the best jerseys.
I do respect that their jerseys are so different than everyone else because, like, a lot of the USFL teams are really going full on the red. So I respect the Breakers going like blue and white. The Maulers look ugly as sin.
No, I agree. I'm not a fan of the Maulers jersey setup.
They just look like the worst Clemson uniforms.
I like the Gamblers uniforms. The best uniform, the best
They're
actual
good.
unis. If I was going with the best gear, it'd probably be the Gamblers.
Yeah, I think the Gamblers work the red and black the best, and then that logo is just so good.
Absolutely. Plus, there's like a podcast or whatever trying to cover them called Pocket Aces, and that's pretty cool.
That's a good name.
I love
Although,
Pocket
like,
Aces.
I miss my fan control football league were the Aces, and I think they got deleted because the FCFL is doing all this NFT bullshit. So, like, all the teams are NFT teams now.
What is okay? Can you explain an NFT?
I don't know what an NFT is. I know that the definition is a non-fungible token, but as far as I know, it's just like a blockchain thing where, like, if you own an NFT, it's on the blockchain. But other people can still get the image. I don't really get it.
But you own the actual copyright original.
Yeah, it's like if you own a piece of art, but
Yeah.
other people can.
So
like,
is the
have
team a
copies
piece
of
of art?
I don't know.
How that works? Okay, all right.
I think like if
Like,
you
can
have
we-
an NFT, you get like special access to like team info and meetings and things like that because there's a bunch of celebrities involved. I don't really understand how NFTs work.
Like, can Patriot Sports Radio and the XFL Gym Show come together and buy a football team and just rock it?
So I was looking in this American Sevens,
Yeah.
the non-padded, no helmet, full contact league. So
We'll call it the
I'm
concussion
looking
league.
to see if you could as like XFL Gym, I might try and sponsor, like just throw an ad on the league. If I can get myself as an ad
Yeah.
on the league for like a commercial or something, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
so happy.
We might have to help you. We might have to help you finance that, Jim, just because we can watch it.
Oh, it'd be so amazing. I tried. Oh,
Absolutely.
you know what? I actually have a commercial for things I was doing. I have gambling commercials I can show right now. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Here is a gambling commercial I have for everybody.
Hey guys, I really can't wait for the World Cup. Who do you think's gonna win it? My dad said Brazil will win.
No. Argentina's gonna win because Messi will drill past everyone.
I wish Spain will win. My whole family supports them. How about you, Andy?
I hope Germany will win.
Why?
My dad bet all my savings on them.
Did you put that together? Really?
I did. So what I did is I looked at it, like I took 3 anti-gambling ads and made pro gambling ads out of them.
That is fucking awesome.
So I have 2 other ones. I use them for live streams sometimes for like really long ones.
I saw the one. I know I saw the one that Jim did. It wasn't that one. That one was great, but these seem to be really excellent.
They're good.
I need
Are
to
you
find
sponsored
more.
by them, Jim?
By what?
That bet.
Yeah, it's Better Than Vegas. Or shout out to Better Than Vegas. Go to them right now. Get all your gambling picks. They got entertaining videos, just blasting out picks for MLB, NHL, NBA, horse racing, all over.
Nice.
Next drink. What are we doing, boys?
Oh God, I can't. I'm getting drunk just watching you. Jared, what do you want to see here?
Yeah, Jared, what are we doing?
Wild Aces. The owners didn't like the NFT. Oh, I see.
Makes sense because I hate the
Yeah.
NFTs too.
Owning an NFT is like owning the rights to a public. Oh. It's like a sport.
Okay, so what are we thinking for a drink? I could try a mint julep.
What is a mint
julep?
julep? I've heard that before.
Oh, that's the
Julep?
Kentucky Derby drink.
Yeah, the Kentucky Derby's coming up. I could try it. It's a Kentucky
Yep.
Derby thing. It's like bourbon and then a bunch of ice and then like some sweetener. So I can try that.
Cool.
I'm going to reuse this glass here. I'm going to throw some more ice in there just because it's a lot of ice, I know. You guys like betting on the Kentucky Derby? Are you guys big horse racing guys?
No, I'm the weird guy on the podcast that doesn't bet much.
Oh,
man.
God
Like,
damn it. I spilled it everywhere.
son of a bitch.
It's cool. I'm going to clean this up tomorrow morning when I'm sober.
You're gonna get a DYD of drinking.
And
Wow,
then
drinking.
instead of I don't have actual mint leaves to use, so I'm going to use these mint Altoids.
Perfect.
So it's just bourbon and Altoids.
Hey Jim, I'll be right back.
Go ahead. I pick a number and lose every time. Yeah, that's kind of how I am with horse racing. My buddy Chase, Wolf of Oaklawn, he's a big horse racing guy. A lot of the guys at BTV are big horse racing guys.
Jim, name an obscure college football player in history, just a totally random one.
Oh. God. I'm trying to remember. The first one that comes to my mind is Amani Cross. I don't know how obscure he is.
That's pretty good. That's actually really good. I was thinking Devin Aramashadu.
That's a good one, too. The only reason I think of Amani Cross is because I had 2 classes with him at college.
Oh, no shit.
He's a super nice guy. He's fucking gigantic and very intimidating, but he's a very nice guy.
Okay.
Also, shout out to like Kenny Bell from Nebraska. Throw
Yeah.
some really good parties. I went to a party of his once. That's the highest I've ever been in my life.
Those are the stories you can tell your grandkids. Your grandkids are going to be like, why is there no money left over or no savings bonds or anything for me? And you're going to be like, I have these stories about Kenny Bell and me being high as a kite. That should be enough.
That's the drink.
Cheers.
Altoids and Evan Williams.
I've been in the same drinking section as Terrell Pryor a couple times. I would say that's my closest athlete type of story. He's someone that the XFL or USFL, I wish that he would maybe branch out and jump in. I think he'd do great.
I think he's more after kind of what the FCF is looking for. Like they're looking for like guys who are kind of like celebrities, past like not in real like football mode. I think the XFL and USFL are trying to go after guys who are like trying to get to the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and it's all about consistency. Like you had mentioned that one, the one player from West Virginia, he has like the most starts in school history. It's like those are the guys, really the reputable, consistent. Just stay away from injuries and potentially get to the NFL guys. So that is
that.
fair.
And I think
Flyers.
another good thing they should go after is like guys who were big names in college football who might not be able to like transition to the NFL right away or transition to the NFL at all. I'm still trying to get these leagues to go after Cole McDonald from Hawaii.
That would be awesome.
He's such an entertaining player to watch.
No, I agree. Chad Kelly was one that I was hoping. And then obviously, I mean, Landry, it's a shame Landry didn't get drafted. But Chad Kelly's always have a soft spot in my heart.
Man, Chad Kelly would be amazing. I know he's on the Argonauts right now. But, like, Chad Kelly would be a good get. And then, obviously, you were saying Landry. Like, Landry Jones would be awesome every time.
Is he injured, or what was the reason he didn't even get drafted?
I think he's just done. I think he's been injured so many times. He's just ready to be done.
Maybe if he's after the Todd Haley connection again, I mean, come to Tampa.
I think he's just like Landry Jones has had so many injuries throughout his career, though.
Yeah.
I think he might just be retired. He might just be in construction the rest of his life.
Ripping heaters with Jay Cutler.
Dude, man, I love Landry Jones. The best example of the double forward pass in the XFL, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Set the standard.
Like I was arguing on Twitter because the DC Defenders technically did it first, but Landry Jones did it better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hard agree.
Also, maybe the best game of the whole season, the Dallas versus Houston game, was amazing.
Mm-hmm. No, as a Vipers fan, it tested me all year. I was just like, I really just want to just root for the Renegades or DC. And then watching that, I'm like, yeah, this is a really good matchup.
It was also like it was hard being it would have been hard being a Renegades fan because they were such a different team with Landry Jones at quarterback versus what was his name? Something Preston, I think.
Yeah.
The guy from Princeton. He played it. I know their backup played at Princeton, but the only thing that he did is that he just like wouldn't like take any risks at quarterback. He would always go for the check down.
Yeah, he was definitely way more conservative, a little bit more of a game manager. I Googled this. I cannot seem to find a Princeton quarterback named Preston, and nothing had come up.
I mean, let me see if I can Google it real quick. Let me just look up Renegades quarterback. Let's see if we can find it.
Philip Nelson Landry Jones.
Philip Nelson. That's the guy.
Okay. He looks like he went to Princeton. He looks very prestigious.
I am spelling this so wrong because I am a little drunk.
Who do you think wins the Coastal this year? And why is it Pitt?
It's always Pitt. Didn't who'd Pitt get at quarterback? Didn't they get USC's quarterback, Keaton Slovis?
Eden Slavis, yeah.
I love that move. Yeah, it's Pitt. I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably not Pitt because it's a different team every year. Like no team repeats as coastal champion.
Yeah.
It's probably Miami.
Yeah, I saw projections today. I don't know who it was from. They had Miami second in that division behind Pitt. I mean, Wake Forest is a consensus top 10 team in rankings,
I think
which sort of
Wake is
pisses
also
me
a good
off.
option. Like I think Virginia could win it.
That's true.
Because what's his name? Like he's coming back, isn't he? Their quarterback's coming back.
Yep, he's back.
Boom. We got another person adding into the stream. We got Luke.
What is this? What's going on here?
Boom, Luke. Luke is a Michigan fan.
That's right.
Oh no.
We're talking about who's going to win the ACC Coastal next year.
Oh, my favorite topic.
So Philip Nelson played at Minnesota,
Gophers.
just so everyone knows. But yeah, I think Miami would be my pick for the Coastal.
I'm going with Pitt. I mean, I guess that's some of my bias. I've always been high on Keaton Slovis. I think
I have too. I like Keaton Slovis at USC, but I was just such a huge Kenny Pickett guy.
yeah.
I think his departure is like maybe my exit of Pitt, and now
Yeah.
I'm gonna just. I hate Miami with all my passion. Maybe I'll go Virginia. Maybe I'll be a Virginia guy.
Yeah, if you're, for bets wise, I'm sure a ticket on Virginia would definitely be really solid.
Also, if you're just jumping in now, Luke, this mint julep I made is just bourbon and then wintergreen Altoids.
Nice.
I don't care about that. We're still.
What
going.
is
We're going
you got to give that a special name though.
It's the Jim Julep.
The Jim Julep. That's amazing. You
So,
think
Luke, as a
Miami's going to be
Michigan
good with the Cristobal?
I'm feeling great. Luke, as a Michigan fan, where do you think Michigan finishes in the Big Ten this year?
I mean, the offense is returning most of the main people, and they picked up a good center in the transfer portal, like top 2 center in the country. I would say 1 or 2 again. So who knows? You know, they got a lot of returners coming back, and
Also,
a good freshman class.
I heard that you were eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles recently. What restaurant did you guys partake in?
I don't even know the name of the place. It was funny because I visited Maddie like a few months ago when we went to this place, and it was sort of like a sports bar, and now it's like some high class Mexican joint now. And we did not fit in. We look gross. We're paying like $50 for tacos. It's embarrassing, you know. And like there's guys in there with cool cowboy hats that have never seen a horse.
This is going to be a hard drink to get through.
Have you ever tried such a drink before?
No, it's just I don't like Evan Williams, and I'm just really tasting Evan Williams. I'm trying to add Red Bull to it to make it palatable.
Don't you have any schnapps?
Maybe upstairs, but I don't want to run and go get it yet.
That's a nice basement setup you got there.
It's pretty nice.
That's cool. Why you should broadcast out of there more often.
Yeah, but the internet connection isn't as strong.
Run a cable, bro. You lay cable, don't you?
I do. I have an internet.
Yeah.
Should I just
Easy.
steal from my workplace?
Yeah.
Christian, should I steal from my workplace and just like lay some fiber down?
What I know you had previously worked at a bowling alley. We had spoke about that. What did you do at the bowling alley?
So when I lived in Los Angeles from 2014. No, so I worked at the bowling alley from 2016 to 2020. I worked at a bowling alley in Los Angeles. I was just working the desk.
Which one?
It's in Burbank. It's called Pickwick.
Okay. All
It's
right.
a cool spot. It's like a combination ice rink, banquet hall, and bowling alley.
Nice.
24 lanes, great spot, good drink specials. Their wings were fire. I don't know if they're doing food anymore because of COVID, but it was an awesome spot. I loved it. and I showed up to work drunk twice.
And they were cool with it?
They were cool with it. There was a period of time where I didn't realize Bailey's had alcohol in it, so I would just come into work with like a bottle of Bailey's. I would bring it in with me, and use it to creamer my coffee at work.
What, you didn't know it had booze in it?
No, I didn't. I would just get it at the grocery store.
You just thought it was yummy?
I got it at the grocery store, and they did not card me, so I didn't think it had alcohol in it. So
Whenever you drink
I would have a bottle of Bailey's. I would walk into work with a bottle
God.
of Bailey's, and I would get a coffee at the snack bar and pour Bailey's into it. They thought I was an alcoholic.
Oh my!
I don't know why they think that, to be honest.
I don't either.
But at
I don't
least
know what
like you're a cool alcoholic. I mean, you're like kind of a, you know, it's not like you're pounding vodka in the bathroom. You're like classing it up a little bit, like a fun, like a mom alcoholic, you know.
So then I worked at the bowling alley my entire time in Los Angeles, and then I moved back to Nebraska, and now I work in fiber optics.
Big
Amazing.
fiber optics guy.
Yeah, it's something. It's a job.
The FO world.
It's internet, I guess. I don't.
Why
get
don't
it
you
when
just
I
pound the
live.
rest of that drink, Jim?
What?
Why don't you just pound the rest of that drink?
Because I'm gonna throw up if I do.
You look like you're gonna throw up every sip right now. So
Let's
I
do
think
it.
you just better get it over with. Chug,
That's
chug,
not gonna
chug.
No. We'll work through it.
Was this your cooking show, Jim?
This is my cooking show. Usually I just go for an hour, but I'm going as long as this fucking lasts.
Well, what
I
did
don't
you
care.
cook tonight? What did I miss?
Oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing drinks. I made 5 cocktails in an hour.
And then stout cocktails.
They were pretty good. I was just eyeballing it. I wasn't actually measuring.
First out.
As a true chef, you should know. You know.
Exactly.
Did you
gotta
count
go
the
with
number of
gut.
Altoids, or did you just eyeball the Altoids as well?
I eyeballed it. I think I got like 20 in there. I don't know.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, at least your breath is. You're going to be kissable tonight.
I'm being very kissable. If any ladies are watching this stream right now,
Yeah, I'm sure they'll head right over to BFE Nebraska and stick their tongue down your delicious throat.
that's the plan. I've tried like Tinder out here in this area. It's nothing.
It's nothing. It was
Is it like
my
when you're trying to
cousin
get
and
an
her
Uber,
sister.
where it
No,
just keeps
yeah, it's
searching and searching?
You'll see the circle that you have. And they'll be like, expand, and it's like 150-mile radius, and you get somebody.
Oh boy, try
Have you tried-
Grindr.
How about farmersonly.com?
That might be a better option if I
Yeah.
do farmersonly.com, but I'm
Yeah.
not.
But it seems like there wouldn't even be like there's no need for that out there because it's all farmers, you know.
I think farmers only farmersonly.com is just like whatever. It's Tinder for white people.
Yeah, it's kind of sending a message.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Yellowstone
It's like-
dating.
I
.com.
think the message that farmersonly.com sends is like, we might be cousins, but who cares really?
Yeah.
Kissing
yeah.
cousins.
We don't know
yeah.
each other, so we're not that close.
Like, just because we share the same last name doesn't mean we're related.
Yeah, I met this girl at a party once, and then I was talking to her, getting on pretty well, and then my cousin comes up and goes, "Hey, Luke, so I see you've met your cousin Cheryl?"
I'm throwing this in the sink. This is not.
And come on, dude.
And so,
Okay.
how long have you been married to her?
Yes, no. It turns out it wasn't, but it was a great fucking joke. So,
Luke, what's your cocktail?
what do I like? I just like liquor on the rocks, to be honest.
God, I hate you. I hate liquor on the rocks. Pick a liquor.
I like spiced rum. I'll do.
Yeah, I have that somewhere.
I like
Taylor
Jack. I
Jerry's
like
right
mezcal if I'm
I got
in
Ta- I
Mexico.
got Taylor Jerry's.
Yeah, that shit's great. I have Admiral Nelson at my house.
Oh man, that's the bottom shelf.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is my wife kept getting it thinking it was like really good stuff. Like I go, "No, hon, look at Captain Morgan." And she's like, "Yeah, it's all the military stuff."
Should I do it on the rocks, or should I just do like a pull and then do a chaser of Red Bull?
That sounds good.
Do a pull. You gotta clear your palate here, pal.
Let's do a pull of Sailor Jerry's and then a chaser of Red Bull.
There you go.
Here's the Red Bull. It's sugar-free, so I'm at least healthy.
Jim, do you have any bros there since you left? Is there anybody around to come and hang out with you?
I mean, they all live like about 2 hours away in Lincoln.
Oh my God! Did like a lot of people move there after high school?
Yeah, like so. Lincoln's the big college spot because obviously it's where the Huskers are. It's the big college.
Yeah.
So like, I have friends that went to school at UNL or like colleges in Lincoln. I have two of my best friends in high school live there. I have like a big friend group of about 4 guys. Me and 4 other guys.
Sure.
2 of them live in Lincoln. 1 of them lives in Kansas City.
Okay.
The other one lives in Columbus, Ohio.
Ooh.
That's the far one. But maybe I'll get to see him if I go to Canton, Ohio for the USFL championship game.
Are they playing it right in Canton?
Yeah, they're playing at the Hall of Fame.
That's awesome. So all the games are going to be in Alabama, but then the championships game is going to be in Canton.
Yeah, they're doing all the games in Birmingham, and the playoffs are going to be in Canton.
Wow. Okay. How many teams are going to make the playoffs in the USFL?
4.
And there's 8 teams total?
Yeah, so it's the top half.
Okay. All right.
Bandits, Panthers, Breakers.
I think it's going to be the Bandits, Breakers, Panthers, Stars.
All right.
Ooh.
Do these guys know I've actually seen the USFL live?
Yeah, Luke's probably the oldest out of everybody because he's an old fuck.
I saw the original Michigan Panthers play. I was very, very young, and I don't remember a lot, but I do remember I had to take a piss just before the game-winning field goal, and my dad was upset at me. But
where are you in Michigan, Luke?
No, I'm in Los Angeles right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
How's things out there?
What's that?
How's things out there compared to like what the news is telling me? I'm in Wisconsin, so I just get the news.
Oh,
it's like a war zone from what I've heard.
I don't know. I lived here for like 15 years, and then my wife and I during sort of that first year of COVID, we're like, fuck this, and we moved to Palm Springs, which is like 2 hours away.
Okay.
And you get like double the value. It's like an old person retirement town in LA escape town. And it's just gorgeous. It's at the mountains. It's chill. There's no traffic. So I love it out there. I'm just back here visiting my buddy.
I thought Palm Springs was like we're all like the Mulholland Drive and where it's all rich.
No, Mulholland Drive is
that's kind of like up in the mountains in Malibu.
Yeah, it's a road. It's a road that kind of traverses the city, but it's like in the hills.
Okay.
So that's why it's like, you know, if you watch the movie, they're always driving down it, and it's like dark, and so it helps create this sort of noir effect.
It's a really cool like street to go down.
Yeah, like in LA is weird because a lot of the rich is new money and sort of bohemian. You know, there's a lot of arts tied to a lot of the money.
Yeah, you have like Santa Monica, that's a lot of new rich, and Hollywood, that's a lot of new rich, and then like Bel Air is old rich.
Bel Air's old rich, yes. Yes.
So, and that's different than Tech Rich, because Tech Rich is north in San Francisco.
That's like Northern Cal. Yeah, that's like
but there's actually a lot of tech moved down here.
That's what I'd heard.
Yeah, they call it Silicon Beach now.
Okay.
That's what, man. Yeah, because LA was pretty chill for a long time, and then like about the last 8 years or so, everything started to just climb in prices, and it's insane how much shit costs now.
How about crime? Do you notice it? Is it noticeable?
Well, again, I don't live here, but I've had friends that like, yeah, I know during I had friends because they after the protests and stuff, they tried to change laws to make I forgot what the technical term is, but basically, unless you're assaulting somebody, you can get away with a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as people think, and usually these things are designated to certain areas. But yeah, things have been popping up in areas you didn't used to see it.
My thought
Right.
process is because I lived there. I lived in like actual LA for 5 years. My
Yeah,
thought process is it's super expensive to live there, but it's not nearly as like crime ridden or as bad as people think.
no, I think when people
'Cause I
see,
was, I was doing like deliveries and whatnot for like Compton, South Central, a whole bunch of places that people think are like really bad areas, and they're not
Yeah.
nearly as bad as a lot of people think.
well, a lot of that shit's still like, so most of the crime is going to be in a lot of like areas, like specific areas. So like if you're in Santa Monica or if you're in Westwood, you would have to, if you were a tourist, you'd have to go so far out of your way to get into like a quote unquote bad neighborhood. And then when you're even in one of those neighborhoods, it's still a block to block kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
not,
it's
you're
real
very
tribal.
safe walking in 90% of LA, you know.
Is it
You can just-
tribal? Like clicky?
What's that?
Is it kind of tribal?
LA?
Like, yeah,
When I
like
was-
very
when I
clicky, like
was-
blocks. This block is this block
No,
is that.
not at all.
No. Like when I was doing deliveries, I would be in like one neighborhood would be like one part of South Central LA, the other part would be the other part of South Central LA. It was fine. Like they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like those areas, maybe if you're worried about gangs or something, if
Just
that's
don't
what you're.
wear, like
No,
specific
I was
colors.
talking more like, like actors are in this area, rock
Oh,
musicians are in this area.
Yeah, but okay, everything's like no, there's no everything's spread out. So it's funny because LA has a ton of great musicians in it, but there's no real music scene. You know, because those guys are all spread out. Some of them do studio work over here. Some of them do studio work. Some of them tour with these guys. So you could go, like, if you go down to the South Bay, you can see like a great bar band and all these guys like go tour and back up the biggest acts, you know, and then they're just shredding in some fucking dipshit bar because they got the weekend off and they're hanging out.
I would
but
say
it's,
if you're
yeah,
going,
it's
like,
not really. No, I mean, there's different areas that favor artists a little more than others, but it's most people that are out in are newer to LA. They don't have a lot of it's not very provincial here. You know?
I would say if it's like segregated at all, like Hollywood, West Hollywood, all that stuff, like North Hollywood is all segregated to like actors or like entertainment.
Sure. Well, most of the businesses takes place there, so yeah.
And then you have
I
like
see.
your downtown LA is like a lot of finance bros, stuff like that.
Yeah. What area did you live in?
I lived in Burbank, so I
So you
got a
did live
bunch
in
of-
Burbank too. Yeah.
I got like producers and VFX, like visual effects people and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
The
post-production people.
yeah, people spread out everywhere. I mean, there's, you go anywhere. I'd go into you go into dive bars and you don't know whether the guy you're talking to is homeless or worth like $3 million.
It's
or something.
insane. It's
Straight up.
it's absolutely
Melting
insane.
pot,
Like,
huh?
the
Yeah,
bowling alley I
it's-
worked at, you would have people that came in that would like look homeless but be worth millions of dollars, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really enjoyed my time in LA. It's a little much for me now, but yeah,
I'm
I still.
doing the poll, by the way. Let's do the poll right now. Okay.
Cheers to Jim.
Taylor
Cheers
Jerry,
to
here we
LA.
go.
Winner takes it all, loser takes a fall. You guys, we reviewed Over the Top
Ah,
on our on Jim and I's podcast the other day. You ever watch that one?
Oh,
watch
yes,
the Sports
Sylvester.
Bowl every
Yes,
Tuesday.
of course.
Every Tuesday night. Oh God,
Oh.
How was that, Jim?
that was good. I love
Oh,
Sailor Jerry's.
God,
It's
I'm getting
it's
frog
my
skin
long
just thinking
departed
about that.
grandfather's drink.
Nice.
Big up to him.
Pour out a little liquor.
And so you guys are both in Wisconsin?
I'm in Western PA.
Okay.
I'm in Latrobe, Arnold Palmer, Fred Rogers. But I'm all over the place. Like, I'm a Buccaneers fan, Badgers, Maple Leafs. Pitt is the only local team that I would say I root for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's no real
Do
crossover.
you guys think you could take Fred Rogers in a fight?
100. Well, he's dead, so 100%.
Yes, now he's dead, but like prime Fred Rogers.
What about the ghost of Fred Rogers?
No way. He'd be badass.
I think yes.
like 1982 Fred Rogers?
Ooh.
As someone who also wears cardigans, like, I feel like that shows that maybe you have a soft side, but like, I also like, you don't want to fuck with me. So
You're hiding
maybe,
stuff. You're hiding something.
Yeah, I maybe Fred Rogers did really get down and dirty. Like, maybe he went like knife fights with like the Pagans or something. I don't know, but
The cardigan was covering up a lot of tats, I'll tell you that. The moment I saw one episode, he took it off. It looked like Eastern Promises on that body, man. He was
Oh god.
yoked. How you feeling, Jim?
I'm doing another drink of Everclear and a bunch of seltzer, so we'll see.
I'll tell you right now, the Padres' Sean Manaea is pitching a no-no through 7.
You jinxed it. It's over.
What now?
Padres' Sean Manaea is pitching a no-hitter.
Ooh, nice.
he's always had promise. I liked him a lot for the A's. It seemed evident that he was going to be like a high Ks guy, a lot of strikeouts, but I never knew if the ERA would come down. That'd be nice if he put it together this year.
I love I love how the A's do business.
I like
about
the
like
A's.
the Brewers.
I'm going to be honest. The only team in the MLB I absolutely hate are the San Francisco Giants because they almost gave me a job and then like fucked me.
Wait, what? You didn't tell me
would that
this.
been
What
doing?
happened?
So I was applying to be like a social effects, like just content producer for certain like teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied to be I applied for a job on the San Francisco Giants back in the day in like 2017, and they gave me I had 3 interviews with them, 3 interviews with the San Francisco Giants. I was going to move up to the Bay Area to live in Oakland and be like a content guy on their team. And then they just ghosted me.
Wow.
Scumbag.
Well, fuck them.
3 interviews and they ghosted me.
Wow.
If you get to a 3rd interview, that's like it's just so much work. Like, you basically have to hire that person. Like, I can't imagine going through that.
Scumbags. I was so pissed.
Or at least say a kind word. You've taken up a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A letter
Yeah,
like
no, that's the only
fuck
team in the
you,
MLB that I
flip me the
absolutely hate. That's the only team I root against are the San Francisco Giants because they
Well-
led me along on a string.
Willie McCovey, fuck him.
Hey Luke, I got to get your take about
Yes.
Tom Brady.
What do you need?
So,
What
I
take?
need to know about the retirement and then the come out of retirement. Was that a planned deal or did Giselle kick him out? Did he go home? Did he like, I can't be a dad? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm out. I mean, what
Yeah, I
happened there?
think he couldn't live up to his biggest challenge, which was being a dad. So he took the coward's way out.
I
Went back to the gridiron.
Cheers.
Hey, let me tell you something about that, Luke. He probably has a fucking driver. Like, that guy's not 7'10" out in front of the curb with a screaming kid. You're trying to get him in the car. Get the fuck in there. We got 5 minutes late. Hairs everywhere. He doesn't have to do any, he doesn't have to do any of that shit.
That guy's making out with his son. I don't give a fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Be nice. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Jim, you're just jealous you don't have a son to kiss.
Fair.
Jim, what's
Just
the dating life been like?
Over the top, Luke. I wish an Over the Top that we watched. I wish Rocky would have kissed his son.
Oh,
I think that's
a good one.
That was the biggest will they or won't they?
people want me to watch more Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I'm so out of the loop on him, but he seems to be one that I would like to get into.
Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme movies are fucking classics.
I want to see the Pittsburgh one where he like fights the Penguin mascot, Mellon Arena or something. Like that looks.
What you guys should do, what everybody should do, are watch modern Steven Seagal movies where he just doesn't move. There's a Steven Seagal movie I watched where he plays like a Navy SEAL sniper, and for like 85 to 90% of the movie, he spends it in a chair.
Oh wait, that's like that one Cumtown was talking about that.
No, it's that exact same movie. Steven Seagal is just sitting in a chair like the entire movie as an elite sniper.
Yeah, I never watched any of his. Like, I watched all of his early ones, and they were fucking awesome. Out for Justice has like one of the best scenes in the pool hall.
Man,
If you remember that one, where he's just
his
beating
modern movies are hilarious. He'll get,
everyone's
like,
ass. He throws one guy in a phone booth. It was amazing.
Guys like him are.
He's got like a stunt double that plays him while he fights Mike Tyson and gets knocked out. It's amazing.
Guys like him are really interesting. Where like it seems like he has a really bad rap. Like he's like one of the worst SNL hosts ever. Like there's not many other fellow actors that like absolutely love Steven Seagal, but I think that just like builds the bravado of Steven Seagal.
His SNL was great, by the way. I remember it. Yes, I'm also old enough to have seen that.
Do you
and
guys
enjoy it.
do you guys want to see something really cool?
Yes.
I want to see you shotgun a White Claw.
I won't do that. I don't have that, but I do have a World War II sword, like samurai sword.
That is sick.
Oh, what are we doing with this?
No, this is just a World
Is
War
it-
II sword.
that's
Is it
crazy.
signed
That's
by Jesse the
awesome.
Body Ventura?
Can you get it
It's
closer to the
not.
camera?
It's like a legit Japanese World War II sword.
That's badass.
Where did you obtain such a thing?
My grandma's brother.
That was nice of him.
Did he kill a guy in combat to win?
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
Bro, that's history right there.
I got another one here.
Killed. Wow. How many oranges can you get through in one swoop?
How many what?
Oranges can you get through in one swoop?
I have no oranges here, but I can probably get through a couple. This one is
Is it
sharp.
sharp?
The
Oh.
other one is pretty dull. This one's pretty sharp.
Jim, you should take off your pants before you start playing with that thing.
This one's just a bayonet.
Wow.
A
Don't fuck with
bayonet?
Jim.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking slaughterhouse over there.
I don't know why this is next to the bar, but it is, so you know.
Oh,
So I have a
Should-
fun Steven Seagal fact.
go ahead.
So I know a guy that was dating Meatloaf's daughter, right? And Meatloaf lived right next to Steven Seagal. And Steven Seagal had fucking snipers on his roof because he was so paranoid. He had been like shaken down by the mob or something like that. The mob used to fund his movie. Like his movies were big mob laundering things.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had like snipers on his roof because he was so paranoid. Oh shit.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Just a little fun fact.
Ugh. Drinks most
So
of
he
the
We got
was
a
a-
balloon stuck
he
in
do
the fan
drugs?
up here.
What? How many kids do you have, Luke?
I don't have any. I'm staying at
Well, that's embarrassing.
Maddie's
I'm kidding.
sister's place, which is next door to where Maddie lives, and they have kids, but I don't
How
know.
high did Maddie get tonight?
He got fucking high. He got tired. The heat brought him down today. So
Oh,
yeah, he was having a hard time with that. But I think he might already be passed out. He was ready to take edibles already.
there you go.
But it's early here.
Hmm.
It's only 9. I don't know.
I'm about ready to wrap up now for the XFL Gym Cooking Hour. The last thing I want from everybody. What is everybody's pick? Who's everybody's pick to win the USFL?
Well, I've got the Michigan Panthers.
Michigan Panthers.
I will
Christian.
second that.
I'm rolling with the Bandits.
Bandits.
Well, who you
Luke.
got? Jim?
I have the Philadelphia Stars.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Philadelphia freedom.
Luke, who's your pick?
I also went with the Panthers.
I like it. That'll be the end of Cooking with Jim. I love you guys. Let me rip this shirt off just to show how much I love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you. Peace out. Stay garage certified.
Peace.
Peace, baby.